Hello, and welcome to a special edition of Talk of the Town. I'm Michael Jacobi, executive producer emeritus of Jazz on the Plaz. Now, if you don't speak Latin, emeritus means retired. But I haven't retired from bringing good news to the community. And one of the greatest pieces of news is the fact that this town has so many traditions in it and so many iconic places. And I am sitting in perhaps one of the most iconic, celebrating its 30th year in business, Willow Street Wood-Fired Pizza. With me, Ed Rathmann. Hello, Eddie. How are you?
Hi, Michael. How are you doing?
Founder. You are founder.
Founder.
Right? That's a good title.
Yeah.
And your new executive chef, Chef Hisham.
Hello.
How are you, my friend?
Doing well.
Good. Well, let's talk about. It's kind of like we're looking back and looking forward at the same time. 30 years is a long time, needless to say. Full disclosure, I've worked with Ed for a long time, and we went through the years with the crazy Brazilians showing up in town, to COVID, and all the crazy stops in between. Talk about what the 30 years has meant to you.
Well, it's been a really good life, and not that it's over, but 30 years is a long time. We came here in Los Gatos 30 years ago, and there are probably a few other restaurants that have lasted 30 years, but in Los Gatos, but not too many. It's been a really good place to live and work, and a great community that's supported us. So it's been, it's just been really rewarding to be here.
You know, the number 30 years, depending on what you're talking about, if it's Congress, a lot of people have been there 30 years, but it is so very rare for a restaurant to last this long. The obvious answer is you're doing something right, and not the least of which is as you move on into the future of Willow Street, this guy is you've been his mentor a bit, Chef Hisham, over the years, haven't you?
Definitely. Yeah, we've definitely worked together for a while.
You guys.
Yeah.
Talk about how you guys got together, how that all came up to be.
Main Street.
Well, I think I hired Hisham to run Main Street Burgers when we owned it 10 years ago, 12, something like that.
To get open Willow Glen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To get open the
Willow Glen location.
So, and then Hisham worked at Willow Street in Willow Glen too, and it's just been a great relationship. Hisham has a ton of energy, is really creative, and it's something that I think we wanted to bring on board at Willow Street in Los Gatos and Willow Street in Willow Glen to help get us the next 10, 15, 20 years. Restaurants require a lot of energy, and one of the things we've done...
And the successful ones require a lot of hands-on.
And a lot of hands-on, and you got to keep evolving, staying current, keeping the staff excited, keeping customers excited. And I think we're at a time where bringing Hisham on board is exactly what we needed for another 10, 20, 30 years.
Hisham, a little bit about your background. Did you go to cooking school, or
I did.
South of France or something for 6 months? How did that work?
I kept it really local.
Yeah.
I went to the California Academy Le Cordon Bleu program when it was there in San Francisco. Finished that program back in 2005, and just never looked back. Kept cooking. Worked a lot of restaurants, different concepts. Been a part of 7 different types of restaurant openings. Did some consulting, but mainly stayed in a leadership role. And yeah, I love it.
But did you find, like Michael Corleone, you keep getting dragged back in?
Yeah.
Did you find that being a chef is what really lights your candle?
Absolutely. My passion for food and service, well, my passion for people, but to get to know people through culture, it was through food, and that was my way of reaching out. And so I loved understanding different cultures through food. So that's where it comes from.
That begs the question, Ed, what do you look for in a chef? Because I know, having worked with you for so many years, it's a good deal more than just what he brings to the table. It's what he brings to the restaurant.
Well, I mean, it's a huge position because not only does the chef have to be able to cook, which Hisham can, you have to be able to relate to the kitchen staff, the dining room staff. You have to connect to customers.
Yep.
And you just can't serve whatever you feel like serving. I mean, there's a certain, Willow Street has a certain menu or certain type of food we've served in the past, and you want to be true to it. I mean, customers don't want to come here and they're not getting, you know, Thai food or something, even though we do have a great Thai chicken pizza. You know, it just takes a lot of intelligence and emotional intelligence and a real feel for what we're trying to do here.
And that's the 800-pound gorilla in the room, particularly if someone is a Willow Street fan in Los Gatos. Their first thought, oh no, new chef, it's going to change. Well, no, you're going to dance with what brung you, and then you're going to add to it.
Well, a little secret is that our menu's evolved a lot from when we opened in Los Gatos 30 years ago. The menu's changed a lot. There's been some constants, but we've added more entrees. We've added many things over the years, and that's one of the reasons why we're still around. You can't just stay stuck doing one thing. And yeah, I'm sure over time we're going to keep evolving, but that's what you have to do to stay fresh and current.
Well, it's interesting because so many restaurants these days and over the years, their menus are I say written in stone, but they're practically chiseled in stone. They just don't change. That's something about Willow Street, that always, from a seasonal standpoint, from a very regular standpoint, things were updated. The old favorites, you can count on them always being here, but you added to it and made the palate much deeper.
No, it's true. You know, our menu has gotten bigger over time because it just, I mean, we appeal to a vast range of people, and you know, we've added some of the things that people have added: gluten-free menus, more maybe vegetarian items, things that stay with current dining habits. And yeah, you have to keep changing.
We're talking with Ed Rathmann and new executive chef Hisham here at Willow Street, and we're going to take a minute away and get right back here watching Talk of the Town.
Hey, what's up everybody? I'm Chef Hisham with Willow Street Pizza. Just want to thank everybody for watching Talk of the Town. We're so excited to be celebrating 30-year anniversary here at Willow Street, Los Gatos. So excited to take this another 30 years. Make sure you come on by and say hello to me when you are in here eating, enjoying some good pizzas and pastas. Yeah, enjoy the rest of your show. Thank you.
And welcome back to Talk of the Town. Jacobi with you from Willow Street, which is in the midst of celebrating its 30th anniversary here in Los Gatos with Ed Rathmann, a good friend and co-founder and managing partner of Willow Street, and glad to have you here, Eddie, and executive chef Hisham, who is not new to Willow Street, but will be new to a lot of people in Los Gatos that come in. And pun intended on this question, but what do you feel you bring to the table?
I think Ed touched on it. I bring a lot of energy. You know, the wheel ain't broken. Yeah. You know, what we want to do is keep it turning fast. Yeah. I think that there is a new perspective of the younger social media mind. I would like to excite that a little bit, but everything that's happening here at Willow Street is already exciting. All I want to do is just make it even more exciting.
Well, you know, a couple of things that I've always admired about you guys and about this business is we've always been open to things. And you travel, and Elijah's got back from Europe, and Ed gets back and says, hey, let's try this, let's do this. You have a diverse background, so you're bringing different things to the game. You know, and I travel a lot, and no one's, you know, I mean, I come up back from New York with a lot of stupid ideas, but a couple aren't bad. We go, all right, let's give it a shot. We recently did a wild boar pizza, which was fun. But we're bringing something new to the table or game, in that I'm not the only media star in town anymore. And that breaks my heart.
I knew this was going to get brought up.
No, I'm not happy about this at all. You are Mr. Food Network these days. Talk about, I mean, I find that fascinating, how that all comes together, who you have to pay off. I don't know how it works. And I just wish I had a Food Network 50 years ago, or 40 years ago when I was your age. But how did you, you've done a couple of shows there.
Yeah, we were noticed, or I was noticed on, because of the our Mexican concept in San Jose. That is exciting.
El Halal.
Yeah, El Halal
Great
Amigos.
Where Main Street Willow Glen used to be.
Yeah, where Main Street Willow Glen, next to Grapevine and Willow Glen, next to Willow Street and Willow Glen. So I got noticed there because we use social media as a driving force of our marketing. And it was nice to do a brand new show called Battle of the Decades that's already out, first season, episode 5.
Yep.
And then we have another show that has been already filmed that's being released in February, which is Guy Fieri's Grocery Games, Triple G. I don't know the episode number, but I know it's in February. That's coming out 2024.
And so, there's a rumored possibility.
Yes, there's a few.
You might go back and beat Bobby Flay. Huh?
Yeah, there's a few exciting ones just like that.
Did you? I've had buddies in New York who are on Chopped and stuff, and he says it's nothing like you think. I mean, it's all day, and it's like they're 40 minutes. No, that's not how it works.
Yeah.
So what really surprised you about taping one of those shows?
You said it. I mean, it was harder to do those things than actually manage a shift.
Yeah.
Or to work in the restaurant, because there's a million things going on at once, but then you're also they give you a few seconds to think about your dish and what you're going to do, and you find out on the day who your competitors are and what your options are of making. You don't really know the episode until you get there, and you show up at 5, 6 in the morning, you're there till at least 10, 11 at night for a few days. So you're tired, and they want you to bring a ton of energy. Yeah. So it's hard.
And you run out of energy so quickly, I find.
Yeah.
Talk to me a little bit about, I interview a lot of jazz artists and a lot of chefs in radio. And from a chef standpoint, no matter how great a chef you are, there's still a signature part of what you do that you really love doing. That you're always going to describe yourself. You're never going to describe yourself as, I'm an overall guy. I'm a dessert guy, or I'm a pastry chef. What is that for you?
I have a thing with protein. I'm
a chicken guy.
Yeah, I'm a slow. I love low and slow. Okay. So I'm into braises. We got at the Mexican concept again. We do a fabulous braised barbacoa with brisket. I'd love to do some sort of braise. So we got a short rib on the menu right now, which has been a staple here every season at Willow Street that I am not going to touch. It is fabulous, but that is totally something that is up my alley. I love doing things with protein, especially slow cooked meats. So if we can incorporate that onto pastas, pizzas, main entrees, you're going to see a lot of signature items coming soon that will hopefully excite the public.
Now, Ed, you obviously, from an owner standpoint, you have the administrative side, but you've got that other side. Your wife's a great chef, and you've got the other side that you enjoy cooking, or at least enjoy eating, and and learning more. When you were you like me? Did you watch Julia Child and stuff when you were a kid? Or listen to Barbra Streisand? Maybe that's too much information.
No, I didn't. Short answer.
Your wife did.
My grandparents were both Italian, and I grew up eating a lot of really good Italian food. And it wasn't just the food part. It was the conviviality, the family atmosphere, the fun. dining, and somehow that really stuck with me. I didn't grow up planning to be in the restaurant business, but once I got into it, there was something about it I liked, and it was the food and the social aspect, and in the beginning it was fun until I realized how much work it was, but by then I was in and I enjoyed it.
Well, fun and family are two very large words when it comes to Willow Street, particularly Willow Street, Los Gatos. And anybody that's a regular here knows that whether they're here for a date night or a business lunch or a family gathering, it's a fun place to be. And you're just going to bring more fun to the deal, aren't you?
Definitely.
The pinatas are a great idea.
I can see him hanging in here.
Let's talk a little bit about cocktails. I mean, full bars, a good bar, and now you and I can testify to this because we've spent our lives checking out bars, but a good bar is hard to find. And one with people that know what they're doing, that you're comfortable sitting at, and perhaps have a decent appetizer list so that you want to go there. I mean, not to make it cheers, but Willow Street does that, and that I'm sure is a good deal of your intent.
Well, yeah. Well, there's nothing wrong with cheers. I mean, it was fun. Yeah, we have a lot of regulars. It's nice cocktails, a lot of draft beers, great wines. And, but the other part is you got to have friendly bartenders, which we do, and some that have been around like John for years and years. And, it's a big part of a restaurant, and
it's interesting is that when we talk about the generational aspect here at Willow Street, that we've had people that met here, people that were married after meeting here, or people that came here as kids. Then people that met somebody, then people that got married.
I'm one of them.
People that bring their kids back here.
Yeah.
So it really had 30 years.
People that have worked for us 25 years ago, and now their kids work for us.
Yeah.
So there's been a lot of that here. Yeah.
When I was a kid here, I want to add, I used to stick my face on the window, and the manager used to shoo me away.
Really?
They'd come out and shoo me away.
Well, depending on the right manager, that could still happen.
Maybe it was Ed.
It may well
with a broom.
I remember first time I met you was I heard Ed go, "He's back."
He's back. Faces on the windows again.
In a perfect world, and in your heart of hearts, what would you love to do? What would you love to just? Would you like to invent for new pizza? Would you like to? I love your barbacoa idea. Is that how you pronounce it?
Barbacoa.
Barbacoa.
Yeah.
That's a great idea.
Yeah.
For
Are you talking
pizza.
food or?
Yeah, food or.
Oh, I would love. I have a ton of ideas, and that's what's great about Willow Street is that throughout the years there has been a ton of ideas. There's things I brought to Ed. I said I want to do this. He's like, well, we've done it, and so
there are no new ideas.
Well,
but you could make.
But
you
that's
could come
what's
up with
great
one.
about Willow Street is that yes, there are the staple items, but Ed has the trust in me for me to roll out a few items I think would be exciting, and that's what Willow Street brings to the table is that we get to have the adventure of trying things out for our public to enjoy. And if they love it so much, it stays on the menu. So it's almost like the public is choosing our menu for us. We're not a stubborn group. No. And that's why we've lasted for so long.
And you've always been big on seasonal food, too. Seasonal menus.
Yeah, I mean, it's...
specials aren't specials if they're on the menu for 3 years, by the way.
No, they're not. No, we've almost since, I can't remember when, but for a long time, we've rotated the menu multiple times throughout the years, bringing in more seasonal products, but also bringing in things appropriate for the season, various types of heirloom tomato pizzas in the summer or short ribs in the winter.
Yeah.
And it's just, it's just important to keep the menu fresh that way.
I alluded to the fact that you just got back from Rome and Sardinia, owning a pizza restaurant that's so our brand and so well known as a pizza restaurant. Is that? Is your thought when you sit down, I wonder if these guys are better than us? I mean, is it when you go into little towns?
You mean in Italy? You're talking about?
Yeah.
No, I don't look at it that way, but I do. I look at it. What can I learn? What are they doing? My insight this time of dining in or eating in Italy was the quality of the products. I mean, it wasn't so much the recipes or, I mean, maybe at very high-end places there's a lot of variety, but in Rome where I was, you see a lot of the same pastas on every menu. And it wasn't so much that the recipes are great, maybe they were, but the quality of the ingredients, just the pasta itself I thought was really, really good. The cheeses I had were great. Even the vegetables, you know, I'm sure they get them from local farmers markets that are all over Rome.
Well, you and I have talked about that. I mean, it's like, when I was in Paris, it's like if they were going to serve 2 tomatoes in the day, they'd buy 2 tomatoes.
Yeah.
It was like you wouldn't buy a case.
Yeah.
Are you a big pasta person? You like
Absolutely.
Pasta?
Yeah.
With
Just
protein.
Yeah, with protein in it. I just also got back from Italy, and I what piggyback what Ed said is I must have ate 3 times more than I eat here, and I because of the quality of the products, I actually lost weight.
Yeah.
I was also doing a lot of walking.
You were walking.
I was walking a ton.
Yeah.
But that's something that me and Ed have discussed. What's great about Willow Street is the freshness and quality of this restaurant at a really good deal. That and we want to keep that going moving forward.
Well, there are plenty of great things about Willow Street, and now there's one more great thing. We welcome Chef Hisham.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys, and it's good to have you here.
Yeah, thank you.
Looked at my hand like, what is he doing?
Thanks, Mike.
It's 30 years. It's a long time. It's a long time of doing something right, and at Willow Street, they have certainly done that. That's Talk of the Town. Until next time, I'm Jacobi. I'll see you soon.